Hello everyone, welcome back to Miscellaneous Monthly. My name is Tim, and today we're going to be talking about something awesome, or something eerie, depending on how you look at it. We're going to be talking about a band that I discovered in a recent rabbit hole I've been going down. Look, I've been going down a rabbit hole for music, and let's just say I found some really cool family-friendly bands like Kanye, Gnaw Their Tongues, Atrex Morgue, and Genocide Organ, all of which are totally family-friendly bands with absolutely no signs that the people who made the music might have mental problems. No, not in the slightest. But in that search, I found something called Bull of Heaven. The best way I could describe them is an ambient metal band, and the song from them that I want to discuss is 310 Whatever This Is. Now, this song right here is pretty long, and when I say pretty long, you might be thinking, oh, is it Winter Sun, Dream Theater, or Mirror Reaper length? Longer. You also might be thinking, oh, is it El Manifesto by Henry G, or Everywhere at the End of Time by The Caretaker length? Even longer. You're not thinking long enough. This song goes on for, I kid you not, 3.343 quindecillion years. And the thing about this song, you might be wondering, how is it that long? Well, simple. It exists in a zip bomb format. Now, I want to figure out something interesting. How much storage would such a song take up? And more importantly, how many floppy disks would it take to store it? First off, I just discovered Bull of Heaven a few weeks ago, and I don't exactly trust them all that much to just download random music onto my computer. After all, I may not have lived through the LimeWire days, but my parents did, and let's just say, yeah, I'm not gonna destroy my computer just for the chance of a single video. The thing about this song, while looking through a video for someone who actually did download the song onto their computer, turns out the 29-hour file itself only takes up 421 megabytes. The song itself runs at 32 kilobits per second, which means 4 kilobytes per second of storage. And using that information, we now have to figure out how long the song's duration is in seconds. So we take the total number of years, multiply it by the number of seconds in a year, and we get 105 septendecillion seconds. But then we multiply that by 4,000 for each of the bytes, and we get 421 octodecillion bytes. Now, for a floppy disk, each floppy disk is exactly 1,474,560 bytes, meaning that we would need 286 sextillion floppy disks to store the entirety of this song, which is utterly ridiculous. Now, considering we need that many floppy disks, let's figure out how much space all that will take up. Well, turns out a floppy disk is, from my calculations, 27,918 cubic millimeters for the standard 3.5-inch ones. So, doing our little math magic, we will find out that it will take 7.98938355557, a whole bunch of other numbers, octodecillion cubic millimeters. Which, if you don't know how big that is, if that were all in a sphere, the sphere would have a radius of a little over a light year. This sphere would have a radius of 7.7 trillion miles, or 12.4 trillion kilometers, and would have a volume that is so huge that it would literally collapse into a black hole if it existed. Seriously, a physical object of such mass and such size would have to have a gravitational pull that just would destroy it just by existing. Because, keep in mind, this is 100% efficient packing efficiency for our floppy disks, which are now just a big ol' congealed mass of data. And that's it. That is how many floppy disks it takes to store Bull of Heaven's 310. Anyway, that's all.